Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Bhaskara Rao from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, BVRIT Narsapur. Now, I am going to explain the concept of inheritance and types from Java programming. So, what do you know about inheritance here from Java programming? Generally, inheritance is a concept of acquiring the properties from superclass to subclass. So, inheritance is a concept of acquiring the properties from superclass to subclass. So, before that, what is superclass and what is subclass here? So, here subclass means the newly created class is called as subclass. So, there are different types of names which we can use, that is derived class, child class and subclass here. So, it means the newly created class is called as subclass, derived class and also called child class. So, what about parent class here, superclass here? The existing class is also called as parent class, superclass and also called base class. Here, the general declaration for the inheritance is, suppose if you are taking derived class, here derived class and base class. What is the syntax here? If you want to acquiring whatever the properties from the base class properties must be access to the derived class here. So, with the help of extends keyword, see, extends is a keyword actually. Extend is a keyword. The purpose of extends keyword is just increase the functionality of the program code. Here. So, it means whatever the properties available from the base class or parent class are also called superclass. Those properties must be acquiring to the derived class. See, so in between open closing braces, we have to use different types of methods and fields. So, fields are also called member data or data members. We have to declare whatever the member data or data members and methods which is declared in between open and closing braces. So, here the general declaration for the inheritance is class is a keyword followed by derived class name extends base class name. It means whatever the properties are available, those properties must be acquiring from superclass are also called base class to derived class here. Here, what is inheritance? Inheritance is a concept of acquiring the properties from superclass to subclass here. Suppose if I am taking real-time example, here parent and child. So, whatever the properties having the parent, those properties must be sent to the child here. So, here, especially in Java programming, this is one of the most important concept from the OOPS. So, object-oriented programming system or synopsis. See, suppose if you are taking inheritance, in this inheritance we have to use different types of concepts which is called as private, public, protected and default, which is also called as access specifiers. Where it is used, how to use these access specifiers in Java programming by using inheritance, we will discuss later, not an issue. But here, the main advantage of inheritance is, suppose if you are taking reusability concept. So, reusability means we should not write the same program code again and again. So, the same code, suppose is there any existing code, that code directly we can use from superclass to subclass. Superclass having some code here, that code must be directly accessed into the derived class. Suppose suppose I have a C language program textbook. So that textbook, so suppose I am ready to give my juniors or my friends, so directly I will give that textbook, because so here reusability means the same textbook, either juniors or some friends directly use this textbook here. So reusability of the program. What is the use of reusable? What is the benefit of the reusability concept here? When you are using reusability concept, so reduce the program code. One thing, no need to write the same code again and again. So when the program code is reduced, time saving. When the time is saving, so when the time saving, so the program execution is automatically increased. When the program execution is automatically increased, so here again time saving. So there is a interlinks between the one and another with the help of inheritance here. So here second one is method overriding concept here. So here suppose if I go with method overloading, there is a concept we will discuss later. So here method overloading and method overriding concept. Method overloading means the method, the same method name, we are passing different types of arguments. The same method name, we are passing different types of arguments in one class, which is called as method overloading. Method overriding means the same return type, same method name, same number of arguments passing both super and subclasses, which is called as method overriding concept. So here, if you are having any method in the base class, directly we can use the method from the base class to derived class here. So that is the most important concept from the method of overriding and reusability from the advantages of inheritance. One more thing is abstraction. So suppose sometimes may be providing different types of data. So different types of data to the different types of people. So, for example, if you are having some debit card, so sometimes maybe doing different types of transactions from the ATM. So no need to specify any PIN number to others, because so here PIN number is a security code. So when you are using data abstraction, or also called abstraction, so some data will provide security for the security purpose, and remaining data directly we can use. Such type of things, which is called as data abstraction. This data abstraction, method of overriding and reusability of the program code, which is very, very useful to the inheritance concept here. So then go with, there are different types of inheritance. So that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So here each and every inheritance having a special meaning, and which we can use a real-time example from the inheritance. Suppose if I go with single inheritance. In single inheritance, we are having only one base class and one derived class. Just we acquiring all the properties from base class into derived class. Suppose go with A is a base class, B is a derived class. Just acquiring all the properties from base class to derived class here. So just like a parent and child. See, then go with multi-level inheritance. Here multi-level inheritance, suppose here A is a base class. So base class having some properties. All these properties send or acquiring to the B, which is also called derived class, and here it is act as a base class to the class C. So here A is a base class, C is a derived class, B is the intermediate class. The B class sometimes may be act as a base class as well as derived class, because B is a derived class of A and B is a base class of C. So this is multi-level inheritance. So I will give an example for the base single inheritance and multi-level inheritance from the Java programming. So I will try to check whether the Java is working or not. So if you want to see all the packages from the Java, so just Java C, I think you know that. So there are different types of packages. Yeah. See, I will give an example for the single inheritance. So from single inheritance example, we have a one base class and at the same time having one more derived class. I will try to acquiring the properties from base class to derived class. So if you want to run any Java program, we need some packages. Some packages are default packages, some are compulsory required packages. So import java.lang.star. This is actually default package. No need to write this package, of course. So one more package is java dot like io.star. io.star here. That is input output package. In this case, I will try to create two classes. That is, one class is base class. In this base class, we have to use different types of methods or variables. Methods or variables are also called member data or data members. Suppose void. So void display base. This void display base, I have to write a simple text, system.out.println of this is base class. Yeah. Then go with class derived. So extends base. Void display derived. In this derived class, we have to write one method, that is system.out.println. So this is derived class. Yeah. So of course, so this is base class and this is derived class. I will try to access whatever the properties from the base class, just acquiring to the derived class here with the help of extends keyword. Extends is a keyword. All the keywords must be in lowercase. You don't forget that. So that is implementation class. Class is a keyword followed by demo single. So class name is single inheritance. That's why demo single. So public static void main string args. So when you are using inheritance concept, you must create an object for the derived class. I think all of you know that. So here, what is the derived class name here? Derived. derived. Just I want to create an object for the derived class, that is D. D equals to new derived. Here D dot display. Display, what is that? Base class. That is method name from the base class. So D dot display and derived. Derived. Yeah. So method name is also same as the name. Then so I want to save this file as based on this. Yeah, based on the derived class name, implementation class name. Class name is demo single.java. So I want to store this data in D drive, like demo java.java. Yeah. Then I want to change from C drive to D drive. So D drive not accessible, D drive. So if you want to see whatever the file, so demo single.java. So I will try to explain, I will try to execute that Java program code here, Java C. What is the class name here? Demo single.java. Just I compile this program and I run this program here. Yeah. So this is base class and this is derived class. See, go with program code. So here base class having one method which is called as display base. In this display method, what is the content here? This is base class. What about derived class here? Derived class having one more method which is called as display derived. What is the content here? This is derived class. I will try to acquiring or accessing the data from superclass into subclass. Directly we can displace superclass method as well as subclass method. This is an example for the simple inheritance concept. Suppose go with the second option, like multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. So from this multi-level inheritance, how many classes are there? 3 classes. One is base class, one is intermediate class, and third one is derived class. So here base class act as a super class, and here intermediate class act as a derived class. So here whatever the properties from the base class like A sends to the derived class like intermediate class like B. Whatever the properties from the base class like intermediate class B again sends to the derived class C. So here A is a just like a grandfather, B is a parent, and C is a child. Whatever the properties from the grandfather, those properties must be sent to the parent, and here whatever the properties parent along with grandfather assets, those properties and assets must be sent to the child class here. So here B is B act as a, from the given example, B act as a in base class, sometimes maybe act as a base class as well as derived class here. I will go with the example for the multi-level inheritance. Suppose in this case 3 classes required. One is base class. Suppose welcome to here. So I want to change little bit program code for the example multi-level inheritance. Welcome and class. So one more class is required. What is the class name here? Class is a keyword followed by class name. Intermediate class, that is extends base class. So just we acquiring the properties from base class to derived class. Okay. So, now void. So display, I have to write one more method, display intermediate class. Intermediate class here. That class having some content like system dot out dot println this. So to just indicate some content here, whatever the content, just close this intermediate class, then go with the derived class. Class is a keyword followed by class name like derived extends where from intermediate, so that derived class having one more method, that is display derived and BVRIT. Yeah, BVRIT. So here base is a base class name is a base class name. Intermediate is a intermediate class in between base and derived class. Just I have to create one more class which is called as derived. So here intermediate class sometimes maybe act as a base class as well as derived class. So here I will try to access the properties of base class into the intermediate class. Whatever the properties available in the intermediate class, base class as well as intermediate class, both the properties acquiring to the accessing to the derived class. Just I want to create object for the derived class. The last class name is derived class. Here derived d equals new derived. So I will try to display the base class method as well as intermediate class method. Intermediate class method and derived class method. Again, I want to change this file name as well as class name, like yeah, demo single and multi-level inheritance, demo ML multi-level inheritance. I want to save as this program. So what is the class name here? So demo multi-level dot java, multi-level dot java. Yeah, and again I will try to execute this program from the command prompt, clear screen. So I will try to check this whether the file is available or not. So here demo ml.java is there. So here, yeah, so I will try to compile this Java C. So demo, what is the class name here? Demo ml. So multi-level dot java, and I will try to compile this or run this program. So this, yeah, welcome to BVRIT. So here, so go with multi-level inheritance. There are three classes. One class is act as a base class, second class act as a intermediate class, and third class act as a derived class. Whatever the properties available from the parent class like base class, those properties must be sent to the intermediate class. So here intermediate class having some extra properties already acquiring from the base class, like base class properties. Base class properties and intermediate class, both the properties must be sent to the derived class here. So that is welcome, actually here welcome content from the base class method, 2 is a intermediate class method, and BVRIT is a derived class method. So all these properties acquiring from base class to intermediate class to derived class. So this is an example for the multi-level inheritance concept here. So the remaining 3 types of inheritance concepts we will discuss to the next class here. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.